Warned, Parts 1, 2, and 3. The Birth of Terror. Commander Rexic stood at the podium. This is our first meeting in peace. You have attacked our ships. You have attacked our colonies. You gave us no warning, no grievances. Just the murder of over 11 million men, women, and children. You can choose peace or war. We are here for justice. Surrender those that committed this piracy, or we will come and get them. The council sat, bewildered by this. Did these idiots understand nothing? The counsel for the prosecution of battle spoke. You are here to answer for your crimes, not threaten us. You sent probes into our space. Your lenses peer into our worlds. We have every right to punish such arrogance. You are a child to us, a well-timed slap to teach you your place. Be grateful that you were invited here to apologize and receive your sentence. The court murmured its approval. A fine rebuttal, it was felt. These humans needed to atone for disturbing their peace and perhaps pay heavily to the council as penance. Commander Rexic shook his head, a gesture lost on his audience. We are aware of your penance. You practice extortion on those you threaten, on those you attack. We will not bow to you. Counsel for the prosecution of battle was a little surprised by this. To call the actions of the council extortion was ridiculous. He himself had written that law. Admittedly, it had taken some effort to justify some elements of the act, but sometimes sacrifices must be made, by someone else preferably. The consequences of refusing this counsel could be dire for your people. You will be excluded from the alliance, all trade treaties void, all your representatives barred from our space. You will face the universe alone and hunted. Commander Rexic turned to the 12 species that held the galaxy in an iron fist. Murder, extortion, slavery, and more. When the despots made the law, you know that the law serves them alone. We refuse. We defy you. Any council ships in our space will be met with force. Any attacks on our people will be met with retribution. You are warned. 12 hours later, a council fleet attacked our furthest colony. They didn't know the colony was a military installation. They didn't know we had built it as a weapon. Only 10 people ran AKA, a joke they shared on quite shifts. They called it "and kill again." They controlled the most insane weaponry mankind had ever built. No Geneva Convention, no environment to speak of. Just a lot of weapons hidden in a nice tight space. The system had been chosen with care. Choke points, radiant heat, density of the asteroid fields. We controlled it all. 10 people, 10 layers of defense and attack. Commander Rexic sat in the control room. Humanity had designed this. If you're going to war, build for war. This is a Death Star with no handy vents. He had been told that anti-Jedi wire spanned every outlet. He wasn't sure if it was true, but he wouldn't bet against it. Commander, Council Fleet has arrived. They're late. Commander Rexic nodded. Out of practice. Tell 10 to begin. Tell her we salute her service. She will not be forgotten. 10 salutes going dark. Now we watch. Commander 10 regarded the incoming fleet. She had spent her youth on Castilian before these fuckers glassed it, taking everyone she ever cared about. This would repay that debt. She gave her life and her name for this post. This was a death sentence and a promise. They warned her. You will die in the field. We will give you the best weapons known to man, but you will die. Your job is to break them. You volunteered to be first. Are you sure? Yes, I need this. Let me be the first to show them what we are. What we will do. What we are willing to do. The Council Fleet, commanded by the T-Well Admiral Isometric Dissipation. Our orders are to eliminate this colony. Since this is their newest attempt at civilization, we expect little resistance. Their fleet entered real space and began regrouping. Commander 10. Send out the doppelgangers. We have the emissions from every one of these motherfuckers. Make sure it's perfect. Drone ships configured themselves to match the enemy. Exactly the same emissions, same signature. Each one a promise. Admiral, our sensors report an issue. Apparently we are receiving duplicate signals. It's a sensor issue. Continue the attack. Looks like the humans have some espionage capacity. Fleet assembling. Wait, this is wrong. The drone ships simply exploded. They choose positions close to every major ship, filled with the best nuclear weapons we ever built. Then they detonated. Commander 10 sailed straight to the flagship and pressed the big red button. Nothing survived. Reporting the death of 10. All Council ships destroyed. Rest in peace. Acknowledged. Contact Commander 9. Thousands of drones moved through the debris, collecting tech, collecting information. Commander Rexic sat at the center of it all. Contact the Council. Inform them their fleet is gone. Tell them to stay out of our space. Will they listen? No. The Council blamed the Tawel, paying no attention, wandering into a minefield. Faulty intelligence, bad planning, poor leadership, an embarrassment to the Council. They were fined heavily, excluded from further actions. In their embarrassment and grief, the Tawel withdrew from the Council. The Anexig were first to volunteer. An empty place at the Council? It could be a millennium before that happened again. Supreme Drone Siva, we welcome your service. When you have revenged our fallen friends, you may fill their place on our Council. However, you will be supporting the Honorable Intelligence. They will lead the attack. They represent the Council in this matter. We wish you a good war. Destroy this deranged race for us and take your place amongst your friends as an equal. Council War Room. Well, you have your flesh shields. Go and wipe these bastards out. This cannot stand. We think they are now talking directly to those traitors, the Tawel. The Honorable Intelligence sent in its eyes and ears. It suspected that the human fleet died in a suicide attack on the previous fleet. However, it had a useful idiot. And Naxig fleet began assault. Nothing. Debris drifted about, unchecked and apparently unwanted. Supreme Drone Siva was well aware that he was being used. His queen had made it clear that he was a small player in this plan. She also wanted him home alive, which was unexpected. He informed the flagship. Nothing is moving. No emissions. No craft detected. You will stand down. Maintain position. You will not engage. This victory is claimed by the Honorable Intelligence. You are discharged from duty. Despite the sting, the Anaxig ships remained diligent. We will record the victory. Perhaps that will be enough. The Honorable Intelligence moved gently into the system. Commander 9, the floor is yours. Acknowledged. Going dark. Fair sailing. And you. See you soon. As the Honorable Intelligence moved in system, millions of microsatellites began broadcasting. They spewed nonsense in every Council language, on every frequency. The closer they approached the inner system, the louder it got. Both attackers and defenders were blinded. The Honorable Intelligence failed to see the Ninth Fleet jump from the atmosphere of the local gas giant. The Ninth Fleet knew exactly where it was going. The explosion evaporated the fleet, the planet, and the observers. Sir, Ninth Fleet successful. Inform Commander 8. Council War Room. Sadly, I must inform the Council that the Honorable Intelligence perished in our attack on the human colony, aka. The Anexig fleet was also destroyed. They did, however, leave us a full recording of the event. For that, we exempt them from further service. Permanently. They will never rise to Council. We do, however, need 2 new members. Commander Rexic. The system was awash with the explosion of a major gas giant. The inner planets were hit. The sun flared as debris hit. AKA stood untouched. Shielded by the moon's presence, it waited its turn. This time it was going on the offensive. Commander 8, your mission is to inflict the maximum damage on the Council. You will attack the homeworlds of our foes. Lie, cheat, use whatever works. Burn them. Fair sailing. Wear our pirate flag with pride. The Eighth Fleet emerged into chaos. The retreating commercial shipping was desperate to leave. It never occurred to them that a war zone wasn't always something that happened to other people. Kill everything. They did. The Eighth Fleet destroyed anything that had FTL. Council War Room. This is stupid. It's a small colony. Yes, we have paid a price for our arrogance, but there are 10 of us. Bring in the full fleet. Everyone needs to be here when we crush them. We will crush this colony first, then their homeworld. Ambassador Kvug. Your Honor, they have destroyed our fleet. We must withdraw from the Council. Ambassador K'tuun. I too must withdraw from the Council. We have lost over 90% of our merchant fleet. The Council offers no defense. The Eighth Fleet. Commander 8 regarded the debris field in front of his ships. The Honorable Intelligence was dead, and now so was its base. Its homeworld was now surrounded by nothing but dead satellites and dust. Nothing was launching from there again. Now for the outer system. Prepare the drones for Divine Wind Doctrine. We will sweep through and attack the rest. Commander 8 grinned. Begin seeding the unfortunate accident array. Set it up as we progress. The fleet picked up speed, aiming to slingshot the star. The ships divided into 7 squadrons, each one targeted on a different planetary system. Their first target was a rock world, twin moons, extensive terraforming being evident. Clearly well defended. Orbital platforms swarmed the space, defending what appeared to be major shipbuilding facilities. Commander 8, pity they designed this against invasion. Squadron 1, begin collecting big rocks and throwing them at the planet. Call me when everything is on fire. The drone ships located every useful rock and began accelerating them towards the planet and its moons. With no ships to oppose them, they simply stayed out of range of the weapons platforms. Within hours, the atmosphere was alight. Anything on the ground long dead. Good work. Squadron 1, execute Divine Wind on all remaining facilities. The drone ships reconfigured. They chose multiple trajectories and began their approach. By the time they impacted, they were moving at a respectable percentage of the speed of light. Kinetic energy is fun. Despite multiple losses, Squadron 1 impacted all remaining assets. Nothing remained. Squadron 2, prepare for engagement. Commander 8 regarded the gas giant. According to the math he had worked out with Commander 9, this should be both possible and entertaining. Massive refineries were set deep in the atmosphere. Endless streams of cargo ships moved between the layers. It truly was the work of ages. Squadron 2, let's blow this shit up! Engage antimatter generators. Shields to maximum. Begin descent. Unlike Squad 1, this was slow and gentle. The drone ships avoided all contact with the enemy. Those few that were engaged just continued to descend into the atmosphere, relying on their shields for protection. Over 200 simultaneous antimatter explosions ignited the core. The planet made its first and final bid to become a star. Tell Squadron 3 to gear up. Target 4 was a series of interconnected moonlets. For some reason they had withdrawn every inhabitant from the surface. Missiles launched from hidden silos, plasma fired from deeply buried bunkers. Squad 3 attacked anyway. Over 40% of them failed to land. 60% was plenty. The drones emptied out an army of bots. Human form, carrying standard human weaponry but without pity, without restraint, and without any way back. Everything mankind had ever learned in thousands of years of war. Trench war, blitzkrieg, jungle, urban. This was what these bots carried. Trained through 1,000,000 simulations before they were ever let loose with live weapons. Their relentless march through the target was broadcast live. Every helmet cam was posted to the universe at large. As the army swarmed through, killing with knives, hammers, and small arms, they made a certain impression on anyone watching. Sir, Squad 3 reports that everyone else is dead. They are forwarding us all the intel they obtained. Excellent. Finish it. The bot army exploded. Every room became an inferno, every corpse shrapnel. The twisted and burned remains of this habitation would be forever a mausoleum, a warning of humanity's potential for enthusiastic murder. Squadron 4 reports ready, sir. Inform the planet they have 4 hours to evacuate or remain underground for the next 90 days. A green planet, blue clouds swirling, commercial spaceports only. A holiday world. Perfect place to take your family. No military to speak of. Just like the colonies these bastards attacked. 300 drone ships dropped into the atmosphere and began releasing white phosphorus. An ancient evil, long banned on the homeworld, was now a light rain over these cities. Once their cargo was discharged, the drones exploded. Everything burned. Commander 8 has transmitted his intel. He has destroyed the system and is moving to his final mission. We don't anticipate any further contact. Godspeed to him. Contact the Council. The Council for the Prosecution of Battle spoke, "Our fleets stand ready." He had to admit he had been expecting that to be a more dramatic statement. The missing fleets were painfully obvious. We estimate that we have an overwhelming advantage. Our fleet is an order of magnitude greater than anything that the humans can possibly field. A Council drone interrupted. "Honored ambassadors, the human Rexic desires to speak." The Council muttered among itself until one of them announced, "They obviously want to surrender. Let the fool grovel. Then we will attack as soon as they stand down. We have wasted enough resources on this already." Commander Rexic readied himself. His uniform felt stiff. He considered those who had paid for his ticket here. Who would continue to pay? "Council, I apologize for not attending in person, but it was felt to be unwise. Your fleets have failed against us. We have demonstrated the cost that a war between our peoples will bring. I ask you now to stand down, accept our sovereignty. Leave us in peace." The Council erupted in rage. The prosecutor of battle was the first to respond. "Your debt to us grows. We expected you to learn some humility. Our fleets stand ready to destroy you. We will speak in hushed tones of the fate of you and your people. Surrender or die! Commander Rexic stood tall. Is this the view of the Council? Yes, we will burn your worlds. Your people will serve only as a warning to others. Commander 8 had nursed the remaining fleet to their final destination. He knew it would come to this, even as he watched Commander Rexic plead for peace. Rexic knew as well, otherwise I wouldn't be here. Still, this should give that clown prosecutor something to cry about. He wished the commander fair sailing. Thankfully, he wouldn't be around to answer for what he was about to do. All ships go to Divine Wind Protocol. I'm on target 1. Commander Rexic addressed the room. You have chosen poorly. I ask that the Council for the Prosecution of Battle to regard his homeworld. Behind the commander, the screen lit up, each drone broadcasting its view as they hurled towards a planet. I believe you have family and property here. This is the cost of your penance, your futile and vicious wars. This is what war really fucking means. As he spoke, the drones entered the atmosphere unopposed. The screen narrowed to one camera. The Council for the Prosecution of Battle recognized his home, his family, his children, his life. He watched as the screen went white. The screen widened. It showed hundreds of mushroom clouds rising from the surface. Every major city, everything was gone. When you speak of burning our worlds, remember this. Yours burned too. Commander Rexic cut the screen. He was aware of the pain he had inflicted. He too had watched his family burn. He knew exactly what he had done. He didn't expect to be forgiven. Prepare the fleets. Tell them the enemy is coming in hot and stupid. Tell Earth to watch the skies. The rage felt by the Council spread. The calls for extermination, the screams for retribution were fueled by thousands of years of superiority and an embarrassed military. Action now was the only solution. The assembled Council fleets gathered at an ad hoc meeting. This is shit. We have no idea where their fleet is. We don't even know if they still have one. Why are we attacking this colony? Why aren't we going for their homeworld? Look, we lost 3 fleets here. We're going in hot. The Council insists this is destroyed before we continue the campaign. It's about the optics. Our orders are to blow the system apart, leave only rubble, then move on to their homeworld. I know it's dumb fuck stupid, but those are the orders.